He was chairman of the Co-operative Bank and a man of the church. But just days after telling MPs how on his watch the bank lost £700 million, the Reverend Paul Flowers was filmed buying and using drugs, including crystal meth, crack cocaine and ketamine. The Co-op says it is now looking into any inappropriate behaviour of the group. But the story has also raised serious questions about just how the Reverend Flowers, who's stunned MPs with his scant knowledge of the banking industry, was allowed to become chairman of a bank in the first place. Our business correspondent Siobhan Kennedy has this report.
I think that's 300. I'll just check it.
Yeah.
20.
This is Paul Flowers, the Reverend Paul Flowers, counting out money to pay for crack cocaine and crystal meth. He was being secretly filmed by another man in the car who thought it hypocritical that a church minister and former boss of the Co-operative Bank was leading this shady double life.
These revelations aren't just embarrassing because Reverend Flowers was a man of the cloth. He was also chairman of this bank in the years running up to its near collapse. And that raises serious questions for the bank regulator. How was it that Reverend Flowers was able to gain approved person status? And having got that, how is it that neither the regulator nor the bank's auditors nor anyone inside government was able to spot that anything was going wrong?
But something was clearly wrong earlier this month when Reverend Flowers appeared in front of MPs to answer questions about the bank's near downfall.
What's your total asset value?
It's about just over £3 billion.
I'm talking about the assets, so we're looking at the balance sheet here.
But appeared to know very few answers.
Your total assets in June 2013 are listed at about 47 billion. Just to give you an idea.
A banker and pillar of the community involved in crystal meth could be a storyline from the American drama Breaking Bad, not what you'd expect inside the Co-op. Yet a day after his performance at the Commons, Flowers sent a text saying, "I was grilled by the Treasury Select Committee yesterday and afterwards came to Manchester to get wasted with friends." In another, he boasted of how he was snorting some good stuff. And last week he said in a text, "I'm on Ket tonight." It's unclear whether the former chairman of the Co-op Bank did this one drugs deal or many that could have affected his performance over the years. Either way, MPs who questioned him were stunned.
One thing that was perfectly clear to us when he came in front of the Treasury Select Committee was that he just wasn't competent to run a bank. But I think these latest personal revelations are really truly remarkable, and they open a whole number of different questions about the regulators and possibly political interference.
The regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority, approved Mr Flowers' appointment as bank director in 2009, but it was clear to many inside the Co-op that he didn't have enough experience for the job. And then political interference. Senior government ministers, including Ed Balls, encouraged the Co-op to pursue its disastrous takeover of the Britannia that brought the bank to its knees. The Co-op also lent money to Labour, and Flowers himself was a member of the party and a special advisor to Ed Miliband, until tonight, when he was suspended for bringing the party into disrepute. He's brought his Methodist church in Bradford into disrepute too, where he was due to be giving yesterday morning's service. Needless to say, he didn't turn up.
There's always quite a few people there on a Sunday morning. Yeah.
And what was the mood like yesterday?
Shock, really. But it was on our doorstep.
Flowers wasn't at his house today, but has apologised and said he's seeking professional help.
After the financial crash of 2008, the Co-op was held up as one of the leading lights on Britain's high streets. But now, 5 years on, its reputation too is in tatters. And there are questions being asked as to why no one inside the bank, its auditors or the regulator has yet been held to account.
A Rochdale Society of Equitable Pioneers, that's what we are!
It's a far cry from the Co-op's foundation in 1844 as a movement more trustworthy and ethical than its rivals. Certainly those early pioneers would be spinning in their graves today.